Howdy howdy y'all, today we're back with some more 14 Minesweeper Variants content, and for this one I figured I would cover some of the question mark modes, which are just all the wacky other modes they made, wacky other ones that he made. So first we have Minicross here, which is one of the easier ones, although to be honest, for these ones they're either extremely, I'd say they're fairly easy or the exact opposite, like there's not really any that are a moderate difficulty, you know. It's just all or nothing, really, for a lot of these, in my opinion, at least. And the Mini Cross happens to take away the main difficulty of Standard Cross, which is having to deal with a lot of overlap, and remove it by it just being Mini Cross. So, a lot of the time you can generally just kind of speed through the levels without thinking about it all that much. One of these two has to be a mine, so there's that. Okay, and let's do one more of these and then get on to the 8x8s. I expect to get through a solid portion of these ones, actually, especially considering I'm just unlocking standard exclamation mark mode for all of these. So, like, the ones I'm doing aren't actually all that difficult. They're more of the easier ones, so, yeah. It should allow me to get through more of these more quickly. Let's see, I have 2 mines left. So, there we go. And let's move on to 8x8. And I just am going to do some of these. Apparently there's only 64 of these total, which, if that doesn't tell you the lack of ability to, like, pick difficult ones of these, I don't know what will. Like, if you can't get 100 of a type, it's one of two things. It's either there's not that many types available, like different solve paths, which is definitely the case for some of them, although that's generally more of a 5x5 issue, and that's for weird combined variant types. Or, actually it might just be that, but I feel like for this it's just that they're just so easy that, like, they couldn't find enough ones that had any amount of difficulty. Although I might be completely wrong in that. I have really no authority to know. So maybe it's just my ramblings. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do 10 of these, considering that I am less than 3 minutes into the video, and yeah, I have already done about slightly under half of this amount that I'm going to be doing for this type. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, no, Minicross, like, there's not usually anything complicated either. You just kind of have to spot the thing. A lot of the things are just either looking for areas where it's like one mine has to be here, so there's one mine here. And honestly, that's almost all of it, or just when it gets down to it, counting the number of mines left on the grids to figure out if you can have mines in open area in, like, areas that aren't next to given clues or not, which generally is not the case, or in this case where every remaining square is just a mine. Yeah. But this is definitely the easiest of the variants. Some of them, like, there's Night, and Night I would say is the exact opposite of this, where it's one of the hardest, because, like, Minicross is one of those it's so easy to visualize where everything goes, and, like, there's almost never a need for Minicross on its own to, like, actually mark anything down to keep track of possibilities, because, yeah, it's generally very clear cut. Yeah. Not to say this one might be difficult, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So yeah, this is just Minicross in a nutshell. It's like another one that I'm pretty sure is in this category, horizontal, where you can just kind of blaze through them without really thinking all that much about it. Although for Minicross, it might also be because I'm used to, from working on some of the other Minesweeper variant types, being able to look for areas where I, like, can only have one mine within a set of 2. Because if you're able to find those relatively quickly, you can solve a lot of mini-cross, like any of the complications of mini-cross in general, extremely easily. That's really the only trick you need to know, that and counting the number of mines available left in the grid. Yeah, if you know those tricks, you pretty much know everything that's needed for mini-cross. Let's see. There's like, yeah, there for instance was a longer chain to actually get anything useful out of it. But yeah. 2 mines here, 2 mines here, none of the rest of them have mines. Okay, and just 2 more of these and then we can move on to other variants. Yeah. This is rough. There isn't even really anything worth talking about in Solve. It's just going by so quickly without really any need to mention what I'm doing. At least I feel there's no need for me to mention most of what I'm doing, because it's pretty much the same thing just over and over. So, and I've covered the kind of rationale in areas where it's more helpful to think about it. But yeah, yeah, it's just a lot of spotting which area is already solved. But yeah, okay, let's move on to the next one now that I've gotten that unlocked. Or, not that unlocked. Okay, so now here we have Night, which is, I think, one of the hardest ones, because it's essentially just telling you that mines are and nights move away, which is, at least from all the people I know that play this game, which is a total of 1 other person, pretty much agreed that this is one of the hardest modes, just because it's so hard to actually spot things. Okay, let's see. If I'm missing, my mouse is not liking that. Okay, if I'm missing that one, then I'm going to break the 4. So this one has to be a mine. Let's see. Well, one of these 2 is a mine, so at most one of these 2 can be a mine. Yeah, this one, I don't think I'm actually going to be able to do a full 10 within, like a full 10 of the 8x8s within a video, and keep it at a relatively reasonable time. Because, like, yeah, this is one of those ones where sometimes it's hard to know what to spot, although this breaks the 4, so this one can't be a mine, which, let's see, okay, so, is there a way to break, yeah, I can break the 3 by having this one be a mine, because that's going to, yeah, completely break it, so this one can't be a mine. Yeah, essentially the Knight's variant challenge is literally just spotting where anything is at any time at all. I can only have one of these 2, and I can also only have one of these 2, so this one must be a mine, this one can't be a mine, and neither of these can be a mine as well. And that's just to solve this 3, I needed that to be the case, or else the 3 wouldn't be solvable. That 1 and then is solved. Okay. Only one of these 2 can be a mine, because the 4 already has 3 mines in it, so... Okay, that 4 is just solved, and so is that 2. So is these... At least it's going more smoothly now, but that's pretty much because I've gotten most of the actual thinking in the puzzle done. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully these next ones won't be that rough. Although I don't have high confidence of that. I can't have this one or this one because they would solve both of these or make both of those not mines, which would be a problem for this too. Okay. If I'm missing this one, both of all three, hang on, let's mark that better. Yeah, all four of these had to be mines, which is going to break this too. So this one is a mine. Yep, okay. For this 5 here, I have 6 open mine slots. So, if... Yeah, I have 6 mine spots open. So if I have a mine up here, then that's going to get rid of both of these, which breaks. So I must have a mine down there. Let's see. Huh. Oh yeah, this one just needs to be a mine anyways. And that 2 is actually solved. So it's this 2, which means that 1 only has 1 spot left, and that's going to solve this 2. Only one of these 2. Actually, no, both of those are mines. They're actually all mines, so okay. But yeah, no, it's pretty much the thing you have to look for in night is stuff like this, where you know that a certain amount of mines within a night pattern are, like, only have a certain number of them, and then if you can find multiple groups of that, generally you can get things done. Hence why I was able to get neither of these as mines. This 5 needs to have, well, it has 6 open spots to make mines. Oh boy. This is, oh wait, it's just only one of these 2. There we go. And I was concerned I was going to have to break out pencil marking, which for these kind of puzzles, or for specifically night Minesweeper things, is not a great thing to have to do. If you can avoid it. At least in my opinion. It's just obnoxious to mark stuff. So if I have a mine here, then only one of these 2 can be a mine, so this has to be mine, but that's going to break the 4 by giving it 5 mines around it. So this one can't be a mine. There we go. So I have 4 there. Let's see. If I have a mine here, then I can't have a mine here, so I must have a mine up here, which is going to break this too. So there we go. Is there any good ways to break the... If I am missing this one, then this and this have to be mines to solve the 4, which breaks, so I get that instead. That solves that 3, and that 2 is solved. So there's this 3, and that 3, and this 4 now. So one of these 2 is a mine, which means the remaining 4 must be mines, so that one just isn't a mine. Okay, we have 8x8. For the sake of time, since I want to see if I can get through pretty much all of these, I will move on to the next one. Longest wall is like wall, except for you can have more than one wall segment. So like I could have more 1s in here. There's just 1 guaranteed to be the largest, like how 3 is guaranteed to be the largest here. But yeah. Okay, so let's have a 2 segment there, because it can't go anywhere else without breaking the maximum of 1 elsewhere. Other than that, a lot of this is, Like, you can use a lot of standard wall logic, it's just you can't eliminate as many squares as quickly. Is pretty much the main restriction on this. But other than that, you can use a lot of standard wall logic. Only one of these two can be a mine, so the remaining ones must be mines, and that gives you the solution. Okay. But yeah, that's longest wall is one of the other ones I would classify as easy. And thinking about it, there are one or two ones actually that are in the medium range of difficulty, but I had kind of forgotten about them. Like Eyesight Prime is one of those ones that I would consider to be a medium level of difficulty. Like not extremely hard, not extremely easy. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 spots left. Only one of these two can be a mine, and that's gonna give you it actually. So okay. Let's see. Okay. So now we're getting somewhere with this. Okay. So yeah, this is just more standard logic. I'm going to skip more 8x8s thinking about it because I want to actually make sure I get through everything. If I have a mine going in here, it's going to break the 3, so I don't get one there, which is going to give me the rest of the stuff. So yeah, if there's, depending on how long it takes me, I'll come back. So triplet prime is essentially every mine has to be part of a triplet instead of not in a triplet. Which triplet prime is another one of the ones that I would say is hard. And it's unexpectedly hard because it doesn't sound like it would actually be all that difficult when it's initially described, but it really can be. So, let's see. Okay, this one has to go out as well for that group of triplet stuff. Okay. I'm missing a mine here, then I get these 3 as a mine and both of these, and that's going to break, so this one has to be a mine. If I have a mine here, then one of these 2 has to be a mine, so it must be this kind of pattern here. And that seems fine. If I'm missing a mine here, then when I get both of these, I need to have a mine here and that breaks. Okay, so this one also has to be a mine, which means that one can't be. Okay, this one can't be a mine, because if I had a mine here, it couldn't go diagonally down, can't go diagonally up, and due to this 3 here, I want to be able to go over, so I was able to get that pretty quickly. Okay, currently, everything is, except for, oh yeah, this corner mine up here needs to go down. Now everything is within a triplet, so I can't use that logic. Oh, other than this mine, which is now part of one. So it's just one of these 2 has to be the top one to solve the puzzle. Okay. Oops, that one actually was fine. Okay. It's like, I can't have one here because it would have to go diagonally up, which would break the other one. I had missed the fact that that was actually completely plausible on the other side. If I have a mine here, that seems fine. A mine here seems fine because it could just go down and diagonally over. And a mine here, I think, is also completely, yeah, it's completely fine. Okay. If I'm missing a mine here, then what? I have to have one mine here and all of these, so then this one has to be a mine, and that seems fine. Just looking at it, yeah, I don't see any issues there. Okay. If I am... just gonna see what happens actually if this one is a mine. 'Cause it's bound to break somewhere, hopefully. Nope. Oh, this one's a mine? That doesn't seem to break. If I'm missing a mine here, then I get a diagonal like this, which doesn't break anything. If I have a mine here, then I also get a mine there, and I get a mine here anyways, so this one needs to be a mine to connect that. And I'm going to get both of those as well, which means I can only have 2 mines here. I get 1 mine here, and both of those are mines. And that one can't be a mine, so okay. Now we're getting somewhere. This one can't be a mine because it couldn't go anywhere, so instead I get this kind of pattern. And okay. The only mines left that aren't solved are these 2, which can be solved by this, or if this one's missing, like this. Let's see. If I'm missing a mine here, then none of these are mines, which means all 3 of these are mines, and then I can just do something like this, and it works fine, actually, so okay. If I'm missing a mine here, then I get one here. Also doesn't seem to be an issue, actually. If I'm missing a mine here, or, right, because, yeah, if I'm doing that, I can just pretty easily fix it. Let's see, what if I just have a mine here? Then it has to go like this, and, that, does that? That doesn't break. Nope, not at all. If I have a mine here, then I don't think this is gonna, that's not gonna break either, is it? If I have a mine here, then it could go down actually, so that also doesn't break. Yeah, I'm just trying to spot something that would cause this not to work. As close as I got was the mine here. Oh no, that does break. Because I can't get anywhere with this mine, so there we go. And one here. Alright, let's do one more of these. Okay. Let's see, if I'm missing this one, then I get this kind of thing which breaks, so I have to have this one, and now if I'm missing this one, then I'm gonna still break, so I need to have this one here, and that one. There we go. Let's see, if I am missing a mine, I'm trying to find somewhere where it break. Oh well, I need to have 1 mine on the side actually, so I can get that. And that's going to give me a good portion of mines actually, it looks like. Yeah, and then I need those 2 to solve that, and I have 2 mines remaining, which must go in the last 2 spots. So let's see, I need 1 mine here to solve this. I can't have one here or here because I wouldn't be able to make a triplet, so there we go. Alright, let's move on to Battleship, which is another one I classify as easy, because it's like Duel, or I guess it's just standard Battleship rules is another way to think of it. And it's just, if you ever place a mine, everything diagonally of it by 1 square can never be a mine, which makes a lot of things incredibly easy to spot. Let's see. How do I say that? Okay. So, if I have a mine here, then I'm going to get this kind of thing, which seems fine. What if I have a mine down here? This also, I think, is going to be fine. Yeah. What if I have no mine? Let's see. If I have a mine here, then I also get a mine there, and up here, and down there. What if I have a mine here? That's also fine. If I have a, there we go. If I have a mine here, then I can only have 1 mine in these 2, so I need to have a mine here, and that's going to break the 2. So, there it is. Can't have 1 here, because it would break the 1. I can only have 1 mine in these 2, and I can only have 1 mine in these 2. So, that's going to tell me that, let's see. I can only have 2 mines in this group, so I need to have 1 more mine over here, since I have 2 mines on this side. Both of these have to be mines, and that's going to give me the other location of the mine. And okay. There we go. For 3s, you just can never have a mine out there. I guess, yeah, in some cases that holds for 2s. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. And I also can't have ones outside here because you would run into the same issue where you get 2 mines diagonally adjacent. So, yeah. And for 2s, if you're ever missing either of these, then you can put one out there. Oops, I misclicked a mine location, my bad. So we will just real quick redo everything I just did. This is my favorite part of the minesweeping process because I am not always the best at actually clicking what I intend to click. So I meant to click these 2, because only one of the 2 diagonally adjacent ones can be a mine. Same thing down here. Okay. That's going to give me 1 mine here, which is going to solve so much of that. Alright. Only one of these 2 can be a mine, so both of these are mines, and there we go. I can only have 2 mines over here, so I get none on the other side. I need to have at least 1 mine here. Okay. And I have a similar kind of thing with 4s in this case, so I could get rid of 1 there. If I have a mine here, neither of those can be mines, which breaks. So there we go. Now only one of these 2 can be a mine, so nothing outside of that could be a mine around the 1. Okay, here we go. Now we're actually getting somewhere. As in, this puzzle, I think, is actually pretty much solved. Yeah. Alright, let's go on to Anti-Knight, which is like a knight, but it's the mines can't be within a knight's move of each other. So, for instance, if I have a mine here, I can't have one in any of these spots. And I also picked this location because it breaks the 2, so this one just can't be a mine anyways. I get 2 mines in here now, so none of these ones can be mines. I need to have a mine here, so none of these are mines. And only one of those 2 can be a mine. Anti-Knight, I feel like it's easy, but I can also see why people would struggle with it. It's one of those ones where, like, it's easy until it's not, you know? Sometimes you just have like a good portion of the puzzle you can solve extremely quickly, but sometimes you just don't have that. Or sometimes you get in situations like this where it is super unclear as to how you're supposed to solve it. So let's see, one of these 2 is a thing, one of these 2, and one of these 2. Okay. So if I have a mine here, then get this kind of pattern. If I have a mine here, then I'm going to get this. If I have a mine here, then I'm going to get that. So if I have a mine over here, does that break anything now? Okay. Yeah, I was just going on about how I found it easy and I've hit a stumbling point. Oh boy. Okay. So let's see. So then, I'm trying to find if there's a location that's guaranteed to get hit by at least one of these. Because one of these 3 is going to be a mine. 2 of these are going to be mines. Let's see. Because, yeah, there's obviously not a spot that gets hit by both reds at the same time. I was just trying to say there's a spot that when red is down here is guaranteed hit by one of these 2, and when red's up here, it hits. Or same kind of thing with other ones. Yeah, we have this spot, which is not actually going to work. Because when yellow's down here, it gets hit. When yellow's... Okay, so let's see. If blue is down here, it hits this. If blue is not down here, then that doesn't work either. Ah, okay. So we're gonna do something everybody loves. Just gonna check cases. That's one of my favorite things to do. Just to find some random square that doesn't work, because that is something that oh, well. Surprise, I found it. Great. That means one of these two, one of these two. This one has to be a mine. And, okay. Only one of these is a mine, and both of these see this square, so this one can't be a mine, which means that this one has to be a mine. Because, yeah, one of the other things that really helps is just trying to find, like, two square groups that only one of them can be a mine due to anti-night rules. And that'll help find a lot of the hidden, weird, like, hidden pattern things. But, yeah. Okay, so only, well, this one just has to be a mine, actually, so we don't need to do that yet. Now then, only one of these two is mine, only one of these two is mine, the remaining three must be mines, and there we go. Alright, so for a 3, this one always has to be a mine, and, yeah, it's just a fact. Okay, so if I have a mine here, that's not going to break anything, but if I have a mine here, it's going to break the 2. Now, so okay. Can't have one here, which means I need to have a mine there. I don't think there's anything else that breaks something for just because. Yeah, I don't see anything currently that really just breaks anything randomly. Do I? No, I don't. If I have a mine here, that's not going to cause any issues. No, that won't. If I have a mine, oh yeah, there. That breaks this too. And that surprisingly wasn't actually the thing. Oh, well, if I have a mine here, neither of these are mine. So, I just can't have a mine here since he's both of those 3 other ways, so. Yeah, there we go. One of these two is a mine, one of these two is a mine, one of these two is a mine, so this has to be a mine, which is going to give me all of them. Okay, that's all, the 2 solved as well. And this is going to give me a... Okay, it looks like this actually gave me the entire puzzle. Alright, both of these are mines, this has to be a mine. Same with that. Okay. That one can't be a mine because it would see both the 2 spots through various ways. Okay. So if I have a mine... Let's see. If I have a mine here, then I can only have one mine in these 2 and one mine in these 2, which breaks. And same thing up there. If I have a mine here, I can only have one mine in these 2 and one mine in these 2, which breaks. So there we go. And I can't have a mine here now because all of those would be invalid, so there we go. Put a mine here. Let's see. If I have a mine here, is that going to do anything? No. Oh, that doesn't do anything. If I have a mine here, though, it does see all 3 of those, so that will break. And based on the 2, I was able to remove more mines. Okay, so let's see, I need 2 mines over here and 2 mines up here, so everything that's not within those 2 areas I can eliminate as a mine option. There we go. Let's move on to the 3rd one of these that I would consider, well, I guess for me, I guess the 4th one, I would, maybe even 5th one I consider easy, which is horizontal. You just can't have 2 mines that are horizontally adjacent. As opposed to horizontal 2 from the sequel game, which is the exact opposite, and still just as easy. I can only have 1, 2, 3 mines in this area, so I need to have a mine here, which means neither of these are mines. 1 mine here, 1 mine here, 1 mine here, and 1 mine there. Okay. And only one of these 2 can be mines, so one of these 2 has to be a mine. But yeah, this is another one of those variants that, for a lot of it, this one less so than Mini Cross, but still, for a good portion of it, you can kind of just mindlessly solve it if you know the patterns to look for. But yeah, that's pretty much, you're just looking for stuff where, like, if you only have, like, it's just a lot of, I guess the best way to put it is looking for horizontal groups where you are restricted to the exact number of mines you need to be able to place. If you can find those, and you're pretty much set. So, yeah. I can only have one mine here, and I can only have one mine here, so I must have one mine total in each of those areas. But, yeah. Okay, and let's see. Just need to do one more of these, because based on the time, I'm definitely not going to be doing any more of the 8x8s. So, yeah. 7x7s will have to suffice, which they should. I can only have one mine in these two spots, so I need a mine here, and that's going to, same kind of thing in reverse to get the other side. I can only have two mines up there. There we go. Let's go on to the last one, Eyesight Prime, which essentially, this is telling me I have two more in this direction, so I have at least two in this direction. I already have two in this direction, so I need at least three in this direction, which means I need at least four in this direction. Which means I need three for this horizontally. Okay. If I don't have one, if I can't have one over here, I need to have three, but that means I already have three here, so I need to actually have four here, which breaks, so I must have one here. I don't think I've actually covered Eyesight at all. Just thinking about it. So, yeah, Eyesight's one of those ones where it's like, you just have to really keep, you just have to keep track of a lot of information in your head for this one. Like, I remember pretty much at all times that this one here horizontally is minimum of 3, which means this one vertically is a minimum of 4. So you need to keep track of stuff like that. Let's see. Do the same kind of thing over here, and that'll break. Which means I'm going to get a 3 here. If I go over this way, it's going to completely destroy everything, I think. Right? Because, like, 3 here would mean 4 here would mean 5 here would mean 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, 6 does work, actually, still. It would mean 6 here, which would mean 4 here, which would actually mean, just kidding, 7, which breaks, so yeah. Because this 2 would have to go over at least here, which would cause that to have to be longer. So, yeah. Okay, that means that we are restricted down to the minimum, which is going to make this exceedingly easy. Because, yeah, once you figure out essentially how much there is, then you can pretty confidently fill it out and all that. Let's see, I need 3 over here, and I have 3 here, so 4 there, which is correct. Okay, there we go. Let's see. 4 in this column, which means I need 3 in this row, which means I need 2 vertically there, but I'm not sure where. If I don't have one more going down, I'm going to get 1 here, but I can't. Then I'll get like this, but I can't have one there, which breaks, so I must have this one. Needs to be a minimum of 4, which means this needs to be a minimum of 2, which makes this one a minimum of 2. That one's also minimum of 2. Okay. Let's see. So this one's 3. This one has to then be 4, 2 here. 2 here. If I blink that often, it's actually 3 here, which would mean 4 vertically, which would mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would mean 6 horizontally, which would mean 6 vertically, which would mean I would need more this way, but also from here I'd get these connected up, which would break because... Why would it break? Oh yeah, because this one's now way too long. Okay, so great. I need to have one here. I also just can't connect this because that was the whole... It broke due to it being connected here and it just growing too much. And the same thing would happen if I connected it like that. So let's see. This one here is going to extend 3, so I need to have at least 2 up. Okay. So if I do this, then I get this kind of pattern, which is going to break this 3 thing, because I would need 6 there, so I can't have that one not be a thing. If I connect these now, that's 4 here, which would mean I need 7 in the column, which is not possible, so I can't connect these, which means I am down to the bare bones minimum again, which is going to give me pretty much all of this now. Let's see. Then this is a 4, which means there's vertically 2 here, which means there's also vertically 2 here. Let's see. Well, then this one needs to extend 2, so it has to go down at least 1, which is going to give me the last one in this row. That 2's already solved. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this one generally comes down to you end up building a huge chain. Let's see, if I connect these, that's still going to actually be completely fine thinking about it, since this one's 2 more than this one, and this is 2 more than that, so we can keep the same thing going. If I connect these though, this now needs to be, let's see, 4 here, a 5 over here, so I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one extending so it can't go any further, which means 4 in the column. Oh yeah, I'm going to mark this just before I forget. Which, let's see, I'm going to have at least 3 here, but if I have that, then they're going to go like this. I have 1 here already. I could go up to 3. So I could extend another one. No, I can't, because this is... No, wait, this one has to be 4 now. Which means I need to have 3, so I actually do get that. And that's going to do that. None of this seems to be an issue, but let's see what happens if I instead get just extremely restricted. I still have one going here. If I don't go up anymore, then, well, actually, I need to have at least 2. So if I have this, then, there we go. If I'm missing that, then, let's see, get this. So yeah, if I'm missing going up 1, then that's going to break this 1. So this one has to go up another. Which means this one here also needs to be a 3 horizontally, so if I instead have something like this, is this going to break? This looks like it's, yeah, that breaks, so I cannot have this guy extending over this direction. Still can't. There we go. 3 here. Let's see, I have horizontally 3 minimum, which means I need to have at least 5 this way. Okay. If I have something like this, then that means I'm capping myself off, which I think is, yeah, I think if I don't and I extend it out more, it's going to break completely. 4 here, yeah, that doesn't work. Okay, so, let's see. This one here, maximized at 3, which means that everything gets maximized on 3 of this, which means, let's see. First of all, I can get that as well. For this, and it doesn't need to go that way. I misclicked, so we're going to do this all again. And it was here that I determined this needs to be the case. Which means I get that. Both of these are locked. All of this is locked. Let's see. This one here needs to have 2, so it has to go down at least once. Other than that, I get that one. I need to have at least one extending this way, because if I didn't, I would have all of this, which would break this 0, so. And extending once that way is equivalent to extending twice due to the 1 down there, so that solves that. Which is going to give me this. I can solve that too, and there we go. Okay, so we did just get through all the question mark variants, so I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time, so bye.